So, is it worth it to make cannonballs?
Hardcore Iron Man, by the way.
First of all, anyone who clicked on this video that isn't an Iron Man, the only reason I believe you should be making your own cannonballs is for the AFK aspect of money making. And it really comes down to that AFK aspect. Since you're going to have to look at your screen basically 0 times while you do cannonballs, if you have more time to play and actually pay attention, you probably shouldn't be making cannonballs for money. As for Ironmen, a lot of them don't use cannonballs for things like Slayer, which will be basically the only example in here for why you would use cannonballs, because they don't want to take the time to actually make them. This is a very fair point, since you have to collect your iron and your coal, take them to the blast furnace or your steel bars, then sit down on this mad AFK grind for actual cannonballs. If you plan on using these cannonballs to speed up Slayer, it ends up not really making a huge difference compared to spending all of that time doing Slayer. At this point, anyone who's seen me make millions of cannonballs gotta be wondering, why the hell do you spend so much time on them if it doesn't really speed up your Slayer in the long run? First of all, let's go back to the coal and iron mining. I love me some AFK Motherlode Mine, which obviously doesn't just supply me with the coal, but other ores of all kinds that I can use eventually. And more importantly, the mining XP, which everyone loves to train, right? The idea of gaining mining XP also brings us to the iron mining. Mining iron is some of the best XP in the game for mining after blast furnace, volcanic mine, 3-tick granite. I'm sure there might be some other method that I forgot. For me, mining to get supplies makes 99 mining a far quicker grind than just training for XP. Even though it's about the same amount of hours, having to focus on sitting down and getting 99 mining, the only thing you think about the entire time is how many more hours and how far away you are from 99 mining. As opposed to just trying to grab 1,000 steel bars every once in a while, where eventually you have a little bit of a higher mining level than you may have expected. The same does go for blast furnace. There's solid smithing XP involved with steel bars, even though it's not the best per hour. And you do make like 3k plus steel bars an hour, which is a ton of cannonballs, so you won't have to spend that much time at the blast furnace. Overall, you're going to find yourself with a higher smithing level without focusing on the garbage training of smithing. And while you're there, you could use your other ores that you got from Motherlode Mine. As an Iron Man, getting a little bit of a higher smithing level, not always the easiest thing, so kind of feels nice. The actual steel bar to cannonball process is the slower part of this whole process, but I want to bring this back to a point from a little bit earlier, which is the AFK aspect. If you have a ton of time to be focusing on the game every day, then the AFK gameplay probably doesn't excite you that much. For me, that's the most important part of the whole process. I don't sacrifice time that I would normally be doing Slayer to actually stand at the furnace and make cannonballs. Normally, I'm bossing on my main while I get cannonballs done, or if you asked me this question like a year ago, I would say that I'm doing a bunch of homework while I get this done. I think the AFK parts of this process are what make up most of the time to get your cannonballs, but I also very much appreciate not having to think about grinding, smithing, and mining as much in the future. The overall answer to this question, is it worth it to make cannonballs, is going to be different for every person and what their goal for the account is. For me, I do need the mining XP because I want 99 mining eventually, and it's horrible to just sit down and grind 99 mining if you're only like in the 70s. And the AFK factors are clearly pretty big too, since I could talk about how much I love AFK for hours. Honestly though, the best part for me is getting to actually do Slayer with cannonballs. You spend far less time on tasks that you hate. Boring hour-long tasks can easily be reduced to under 30 minutes. So you're basically replacing your boring Slayer tasks with AFK cannonball making, which is still kind of boring, but it's really hard to focus on anything else, like your homework for instance, while doing Slayer compared to doing cannonballs. If you have time to slay all day, first of all, I'm a little jelly, but second, it's probably not quite as important for you to make cannonballs. I get it. You could just sit down and grind your Slayer till the end of time. Not only is this great for Slayer XP, great for supplies too, and Slayer is a lot of fun. Let's be honest here. That's why it comes back to exactly what the goals are in your account. If you're just someone who's doing some PVM on your Iron Man, you don't really care about your smithing or your mining level, then nothing I said about getting smithing and mining XP probably matters to you. That makes sense and is very reasonable. If you're looking to max your account, you might want to think about how much nicer it would be to sit down and finish off your 99 mining if you happen to already be like 90 mining because you were working on other things in terms of gaining supplies. If you're looking to max your account, you might want to think about how much nicer it would be to sit down and finish off your 99 mining if you happen to already be like 90 mining because you were working on other things in terms of gaining supplies. Overall, clearly the decision is yours to make. This is just my opinion on the matter and why I've spent so much time making cannonballs. The only reason this is brought up is because anytime that I'm doing Slayer and I have my cannonball stack with me, somebody's bound to ask, do you think it was worth it to spend all that time making so many cannonballs? And for me, the answer is easily yes. It's been working out very well so far, but at the same time, if I were to spend all that time, or if I could spend all that time just doing Slayer, I would still be making solid Slayer gains. So, The decision is yours. I hope you got some decent information on the idea to make that decision. And if you're looking to pound out some cannonballs for your Slayer, then I will see you at the furnace.